What's up, my guys? We are back. This is the Juice Box. It's been a minute for me, but I have not skipped a beat. Excited to be here. Big Czar, what's up?
What's up? Yeah, I've been trying to fill your shoes the last couple of weeks.
No, you guys are doing a good job.
Trying to crush those intros.
I appreciate you saying greeting yourself, you know. You got to be nice to
right?
yourself.
Exactly.
That's the funniest part.
It's a great thing, you know. It's like when you wake up in the morning, you got to say hi to yourself in the mirror.
I just don't like change, so I got to try to keep it, you know.
I
like
that. We missed you both at trivia badly, Bubba. I'm hoping you're feeling better.
Yeah.
We got
I want to know how that was. How did it end up?
Go ahead. Feel free to discuss.
We finished in last.
Really?
Last place.
Dead last.
Dead last.
And
You'll have that. I've been there.
Yeah.
yeah, it was fun. I will say it was fun to do.
Yeah,
it was nice.
I mean,
to
I
go do.
always enjoy it. It's good to get your old noggin turning sometimes.
Was it a good range of questions? Was it a lot of geography?
It was a massive range of questions.
They were all over the place.
And truthfully, it was so spread out that like you realize how stupid you are. You're like,
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this stuff.
It hurts. That's the one thing about generate. I like it a lot, and sometimes you'll have the token questions. And if you have a big group, it's kind of easy. People chugging along, giving in answers. But like generally, I usually leave and feel like I'm a fucking idiot.
That's the thing though. Like we were talking about it when we were there. Like the teams that were like leading were like tables of like 8 or 9 people.
Yeah, they
And
had a
it's,
lot.
and it's usually they have at least 1 or 2 people that are older,
Yeah.
or the whole table is older.
Or they're cheating.
Yeah, and 1 or 2 people with their
Exactly.
phones out too. I mean, I don't know if you heard last.
I did. I spy some collusion.
We
there.
literally, some guy asked a question and somebody yelled, "How do you spell that?" It's like,
Oh,
what? So you
right,
can
man.
put it in
Yeah.
Google?
Yeah,
you dumb
I
fuck?
know.
Oh,
seriously.
now that he spelled
Could
it,
you spell it?
You all of a sudden know the answer now because he spelled it for you?
What's
stupid.
the language of origin or something? Yeah,
Yeah.
like come on.
So fucking dumb.
Fuck.
But yeah, boys, it's been a very weird week this week weather-wise. It's shitty today. It was beautiful 2 days ago.
Yep.
Kind of the East Coast is kind of switching the weather with the West Coast. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up. We've had snowstorms in California, snowstorms in Las Vegas, and the rumor has it the reason the snow's coming is all blamed on USC and UCLA joining the Big Ten. They said ever since they joined the Big Ten, Mother Nature is letting them know what the weather's like in Big Ten country.
I didn't even know that happened.
Which part?
Them joining them joining the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're joining the Big
I
Ten.
remember there was talks, but that's official. Does it start next
official.
season or
I don't know if it's next season. It might be 25, I
so
think.
is the Pac-12 disbanding then?
Yeah, so to keep up on that, I guess CBS and NBC pulled out of TV right negotiations, so we'll probably actually see that conference disperse. I read earlier that Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah all spoke with the Big 12, and they're pretty safe to say they'll be joining the Big 12.
Wow.
So, Dion, I'm calling you out, bro. Don't fucking come into Morgantown with your goddamn Ferrari and think you're going to catch a dub. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Big 12 will be huge.
Dude.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I was trying to see if there are any away games that are semi close to me next year, and I'm like, oh, is that next year? UCF.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is. I'm like, honestly, the drive from me to there is probably not any shorter than like driving from like Wheeling to where I live now.
Yeah, because you got to drive the whole state
You know
of
what
Florida,
I mean?
right?
It's like you
Yeah.
think, oh, it's in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm in Georgia. It's right there. But I feel like that drive's probably like 8 hours.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be a fun
It would
game
definitely
to
be
that
go
would
to.
be a fun game. Truthfully, it is. I'm like, here we go again. I am excited for the football season.
We're back.
Schedule wise. I don't want to say we're back.
The
but,
climb is back.
but it's cool to have a different variety of a schedule now.
Right.
For,
Yeah, I
for
agree.
over a decade
Yeah.
playing the same
I
exact
agree.
teams. It is going to be weird not to play Texas this year.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be strange.
It is going to be strange. And
But-
I thought it was so weird. I was looking at the ESPN app this morning and they finally loaded the schedule in. And I was like, this is so weird seeing like Cincinnati again. And like, that's probably the only one again, but like Cincinnati and then
Right.
BYU and all those teams. I'm excited, man. I really am. I
So
think,
am I.
think it'll be a great season.
So am I. if I could have it go down the way I want it to go down, it'd be, we make it to the Big 12 championship against Texas
That'd be sick.
and stomp their fucking sorry
I know,
asses.
when I think, I feel like I'm speaking for everybody, but when I think of the Big 12, I think of Texas and Oklahoma, and there would be nothing more that I would enjoy being able to beat them in either Texas in basketball in the Big 12 championship or Oklahoma, Texas in football before they leave.
Yeah.
Because they are like the patriarchy, I guess, of the Big 12, and it's crazy that we still never beat Oklahoma in football.
No, we beat them this year.
We beat them this year.
We did beat them this year.
We did.
We did.
For the first time ever, we beat both the Oklahoma teams
That's right.
in a season.
That's right. Damn, dude.
The climb is back.
It's crazy. We've beaten Oklahoma State before, but they've had our number pretty much every other. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But yeah, so it was such a shit season, but we beat both Oklahoma schools, which was
Fire.
great. But yeah, I agree. That's something I was thinking about too. I pay more attention to it on the Texas side than the Oklahoma side because I just feel like since we joined the Big 12, Texas has become our biggest rival. And maybe they don't see it that way,
Yeah.
but we've had, legitimate fucking back and forth games. If you look, our record against each other, I think it's either 5-5 or 6-6. I mean, it's dead even.
I'm pretty sure it is even.
All-time record against each other in football is dead even. So if we could get out of the conference with just that one up on them, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, it's weird. So when I'm trying to think, because I agree with the Texas thing, trying to take out Texas and Oklahoma. For some reason, I see our biggest rival in football being Iowa State. For some reason, I feel like we always play them tough. I think it started off with Baylor once we had that video game. First game with Geno when he threw 7 touchdowns and LeBron was tweeting about him.
I was thinking Baylor.
Yeah.
That's who I was thinking. Because we've had some pretty damn good games with them. Honestly, Iowa State, we beat them every year until Purdy beat us with I'm blanking on our quarterback's name that year, but
Will
Greer, yeah.
Brock Purdy, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, so.
And then in basketball, dude, I think our biggest rival's Kansas, bro.
Absolutely, I think so too.
We normally play them. I don't want to say normally. We have a lot of good games at Kansas, and really, we usually beat them at home.
The Trey Young, Javon Carter era was pretty nice, though.
So
with Oklahoma.
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
It seems like it stayed the most consistent with Kansas, but there were some years there with Oklahoma where it was heated. Who'd they have before Trey Young?
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield.
Donkey.
That era was fucking heated.
Yeah, dude, the Iowa State game Monday night was a bloodbath.
I didn't get to watch it.
Dude, you could. So after leaving Kansas, getting our heart broken, which it's awful losing by 2. I'd rather lose by 20, to be honest with you. And then going into Iowa State, marching in there, being down by 7 with I think 5 minutes ago, Trey Mitchell gets ejected, coming back and winning, and just seeing how we played these 2 road games at Kansas and Iowa State. I hate to say it, boys, but I know we're not in the tourney permanently right now. I know things could happen to where we would somehow not make it. I actually feel confident once we get in the tourney that we really can beat anybody. Truly.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
Can make a Sweet 16 at
truly.
least run.
Yeah, I really do. I think we're a weird matchup team. We're very lanky. We're very streaky. We have, if so-and-so's not hitting, then so-and-so can hit. We have a lot of guys that can score. And I think in the NCAA tournament, it's not so much X's and O's. It's yo, we got to play this team, then we got to turn around and play this team. And we don't want to be that team that somebody has to play without preparation.
I just think, if anything, this year in college basketball, it shows how, the Big 12 shows how skewed the rankings are.
yeah.
They don't make any sense. If WVU was in the ACC, we'd probably be a top 10 ranked team.
1,000%.
Top 15.
And we honestly, I know this is going to piss people off. We probably would be top 3.
I mean, we fucking smacked Pitt. Smacked Pitt. And is Purdue still number 1?
Purdue's 5, but they're up there.
But, dude, we played Purdue so tough, and we were absolutely ice cold that night.
And then Purdue, who did Purdue fucking destroy in that tournament too?
Gonzaga.
Duke and Gonzaga.
Yeah, destroyed them.
Yeah.
dude, we
know.
could have won that Purdue
Sure.
game. We were within 4 points so many times during that game, and we were ice cold.
Dude, we were playing so bad against
Ice
Purdue.
cold.
So bad. So I don't know. I'm excited. It is March. St. Patty's Day's around the corner. March Madness is around the corner. March for
Fucking
me.
Atlanta Motor Speedway's around
Atlanta
the
Motor
corner. Are you
Speedway's
kidding
around
me?
the
How are you
corner.
just about to skip over that?
No, you're right. You're
I
right.
turned 31 in like
Oh,
couple days.
You turned
shit.
And I
31
just
in a
have to
couple
say,
days.
like 31 sounds so much worse than 30.
For some reason, it does.
It
You
just
say that,
so
I'm like,
much
God
worse.
damn.
Dude, it's trash.
But see, 32 though, I think is a sick age.
Yeah,
32
I think 34 is a sweet age.
34 is a sweet age.
I thought 36. I feel like I'll be like a stud of a man at 36.
yeah, like in your prime.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got the dad, but also you still got your young mentality. 36 will be a sweet age.
I just hope and pray.
and then I'm like 44 sounds sweet too.
Yeah.
Like you
50.
see people in,
44 is
their-
like that age where like your kids, friends,
and you're just
might
like
think
the
you're
cool
hot.
dad, and
Yeah,
you're like the cool
yeah.
dad, right?
That's right.
You're just embracing like the pepper shaded beard
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
right?
I honestly am kind of looking forward to my salt and pepper beard. if
So
I'm being
I think
completely
about it. I
honest.
think
Dude,
about
salt-
that all the time.
Listen,
I think it's the
yeah.
only thing about old age that I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to.
Facts.
Salt and pepper beards are nice looking.
Yeah, because Hank from Barstool, he had a like they clipped it, and his hair now is just like grayer. He's got like this salt and pepper beard. I'm like, God damn, boy, you looking good, man. Like that's what I'm hoping for. I hope so, but I don't know. I guess this is just a catch up. So like, what the fuck's been going on? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
I know.
It's been weeks since I've seen you.
Well, it's only been a week. I
Well,
saw you last
okay,
weekend.
I know. I mean, here in the stew, dog.
Man, what has been going on? Fucking, I had to go tell my neighbor to turn their fucking music down.
Hell
I
yeah.
heard about this.
I was
Great
so
story.
I was annoyed. Like I'm all about like playing your music and shit, but for some reason it's like they want to play it like real late at night. Did I tell this story already?
Not on here.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah, and I'm like I had enough, and I'm thinking it's like this punk rock dude like with a nose ring or something just by the vibe of the music. And I marched down there, I start knocking on the door, and nobody answers. And knocked on the door again, and then the music turned down. And they came and answered the door. It was just this real little Chinese girl.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, yeah. And she was real nice, but I was like, dude, like you got to turn the music down. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I
be a
get it.
little aware of
Did
your
you really
surroundings.
grill her, or was it just kind of a nice, please turn the music down?
It was an aggressive nice, if that makes sense.
Yeah, stern.
Yeah, I was like, listen, you got it. We got to figure something out here.
Yeah, I mean,
I
like,
can't fucking sleep.
And again, I think there's something to be said too. Like, it was a weeknight, correct?
Yes.
Like, it's one thing if it's a Saturday night or a Friday night and somebody's playing music till midnight or 1, you're like, okay. But if it's during the week, come
Yeah.
the fuck on.
Yeah, dude. I don't see. That just reminds me of college and like. There was a couple years where I had like conjoined apartments, and like the people on the other side of the wall would just be just like fucking blaring music or just a
Yeah.
variety of things.
Yeah.
Like people fucking way too loud. Like anything,
yeah.
anything went in college. You know what I mean? Seriously, that shit.
Smack that ass.
We had when I lived above Ashbrook Liquor, in my bedroom on through that wall, I would get woken up by the people fucking
Fuck yeah.
all the time. And then on the other side of the wall, it was the music. And then below us was that fucking that Shay girl, not from the TV show, but the one that was friends with the girls we knew. And then they were always loud as fuck. You know, those girls just partied hard.
For sure.
So like you just get, but like at our age now,
Yeah, it's like,
it's
dude,
like come on,
That's what I was gonna
We're
say.
not in- yeah, we're
At the
not in
college age. You're
dorms
kind of
here.
handcuffed.
Yeah.
You're like, this sucks ass.
sucks, but
you're
what are you
just
gonna do
you're
about
gonna-
it? In college, you're
Because
like
it's
this,
next weekend, it might be me. being a
exactly,
fucking asshole.
exactly. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like you kind of got to deal with it because you're like, well, I might do this
Yeah.
here soon.
But anymore,
myself.
we're too old for that bullshit.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
come on.
Honest
We're
question.
not in the dorms here, yeah.
Honest question. Did you ever get bricked from getting woken up to listening to people fuck?
Did I ever have a boner?
Yeah.
No. I remember one time.
Did you turn the TV down a
No,
little bit?
dude. I remember one time I had somebody in the bed with me, and it woke us both up. And these people were like porn star fucking against the wall, like, like just moans and the shit rocking against the wall. And I'm like, are these people like fucking with us? I swear, I was like, somebody's just pranking
Was
me.
this like
nobody?
forgetting Sarah
I was
Marshall?
like, yes. It's like nobody fucks like this. No, me and the chick didn't start fucking in
Oh, I
retaliation.
thought that's where
no.
the story was going.
I thought that's what you thought I was gonna say, but no. So like, I pounded on the wall. I went like boom, 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 like basically like shut the fuck up, and they just went boom, boom, right back and just kept going at it. I was like, all right, respect. I can't do anything about it.
Because in my 4 years or 3 years of hotel life, this only happened to me once. And it was when I had headphones in, listening to soft music, doing stuff, and I could hear sounds, and I'm like, this is like a dream of mine to listen, just to hear. And I'm like, no way, this is actually happening. So I take the headphones off, and it happened to be a connecting room. So there was a door right there.
You go put your ear up against the door.
Yeah, dude. Some chick was getting her back blown out and like, and then like it stopped and they just went into a normal conversation like, all right, so we're going to go here for dinner. In
Hell
my head,
yeah.
I'm thinking, you just got pounded.
Yeah.
And now you're about to go pound some
That sounds like a married couple.
Yeah,
you know
dude.
what I mean?
Oh, it
Went
was
right
awesome.
into dinner.
It was awesome. I was like, this is what I've been waiting for the whole time I've been on the road.
You know what was bad when we lived on 6th Street? Remember Roger upstairs?
Yeah.
Well, he liked to make beats in his free time. He would wake me up all the time, dude, just fucking blaring music. And because he was making beats, he'd like play a 10-second section, restart it over. 10-second section, restart it over. I'd be like,
I've had similar
going
experiences, and that might be the worst.
That's
Like
the
for
worst.
some reason, human speaking, like TVs don't really bother me sleeping, but like if people are talking in person, I can't fucking sleep. But then like the same fucking music
Yeah,
over and over
over
again.
and over.
Oh, there's
dude,
nothing worse.
it's literally like, I can see why that's possibly used as like a torture technique.
Yeah.
For
Definitely.
sure.
Oh, it would drive you insane.
Dude, the Waco show, when they're just in, did you guys watch Waco? So it's Taylor Kish is the main guy, and it's basically Ruthie from Ozark's in it. It's basically just about the events that happened in Waco, that shooting. And that was a tactic that they used. They brought speakers and they blared music non-fucking stop. And even in the show, watching it, I'm like, I'm losing my mind right now. And they just were blaring music. And dude, I think that's a completely underestimated tactic of warfare.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Truly.
Oh, it would drive you fucking insane.
Something funny about my apartment, like community. Every morning at 8 a.m. they play that through the whole entire neighborhood. I'm
No
like,
way.
I love this.
That's sick.
I'm like, this is so sick. Just reminded me of Parent Trap for some reason.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
No, and you live in one of those cool places
It
too.
is. Yeah, it's
where like you got pools and like trails and shit.
it's
right?
cool. Yeah, it's really cool. Like community, it's like spread out into like 4 different neighborhoods, and it's in the woods, which is cool. Like, but I'm also in the city, and it's like 4 different neighborhoods, and there's like 4 pools, but you can go to any one of the pools.
Yeah.
And there's trails throughout that you can walk through. Like it's sick.
Yeah, no,
Very dog friendly. Like there's so many dogs. There's some dog parks and stuff.
that's definitely your vibe.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it to get warmer because they
Oh,
do.
hell yeah.
They do. Well, I met this guy at the Stout Brothers place. That place I was texting you one night. I was like, this is fucking sick. It's real close to my apartment. It felt like I was in Ocracoke. Real same vibe, like, and I was enjoying it, whatever. I met a guy there. His name's Jake, of course. He lives in my apartment community, and he's lived there for like 4 or 5 years, he said. And every summer, he throws a pool party called Jake-a-Palooza.
No way.
Yeah, and everyone brings their floaties and they pool hop throughout the day and just drinking shit all day. I'm like, that sounds like
Dude, you're gonna have to let me know. I'm gonna have to go.
Well, he texted me the date. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see what the date is. Let's see if we can just get everybody to go.
Yeah.
Sweden, fly over, dude. Jacob Palooza. It's gonna be lit.
Jacob Float Fest. Jacob Palooza will be June 10th.
June
Okay.
10th. All right.
That's fucking fun. Love that.
So yeah.
Completely random. I just started watching the Creed movies because Creed 3 comes out this weekend, and I am blown
Comes
away.
out today.
Does it come out today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm blown away with how well the first Creed movie
Yeah,
is.
the first one's really
I was
good.
just watching it when Bubba walked in, and I think Michael B. Jordan really is like I think when it's all said and done, he'll have Denzel status.
No, I think
yeah,
he's good. He's awesome. But I think Jonathan Majors is like he'll be our generation's Denzel.
Yeah, he's a great actor too.
He's so good. I mean, he's young, like he's such a good actor.
Yeah, and I know you probably didn't see this since you're off the web, but there was a clip going viral of Michael B. Jordan getting interviewed by some girl that he went to high school with or younger, and you could just tell he had so much resentment for this girl built up. And she started to interview him, and he was just looking at her. She was talking. He's like, "Yeah, I'm the corny kid, right?
Yeah.
I'm the corny kid." And she's like, "Oh, I never said that."
She got
And
so flustered.
his face like gets all
He
pissed. He's
was like, "Yeah,
"I
you did."
remember. Yeah,
He's
you
like,
did.
"Yeah, you did."
You thought I wasn't gonna go anywhere. I'm the corny kid, right? It was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
man.
Oh, wow.
It
Yeah.
was so uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
good for him for calling around, just being like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, it's like-
Imagine ending up in that situation.
I get it though. Like, keep that same energy. Like you talk shit on me in high school. Don't try to be my friend now.
Could you even that's small world for someone that you went to high
Yeah,
school with
for
to
sure.
end up being a reporter
Yeah.
that interviews movie stars.
100%. And I mean, obviously, we all know how to talk. Like when you're talking to people, you have that normal kind face expression. Like you could tell he was fighting back, not to just be like, "I just don't want to talk to you right now."
I
At all.
wonder if he knew going in that she was going to be the interviewer.
That's a good question. That I don't know. I think she was a red.
Yeah,
red
it was
carpet
more of a red
interviewer.
carpet,
Oh.
not like an interview.
Oh, so it
Yeah.
was like,
lie, like
oh,
yeah.
yeah, I'm going to have to look this
It,
up.
It was cool.
Yeah, it
I'm
was.
very intrigued now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that I know that was completely random, but
Dude, isn't that just brings me to a broader point. So many movie stars were like the nerdy kid. Like you see pictures of them in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and
It is wild, right?
now they just look like fucking studs.
I know.
Yeah.
Like for me, I always use and this is not movie, this is music, but like the Brad Paisley example. Like I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
he was the butt of the joke in high school.
Yeah.
Nobody liked him,
But
thought he
di-
was weird, and now he's just
I mean,
Brad Paisley.
look at videos of Jack Harlow and Post Malone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, dude.
I mean, holy
Yeah.
shit! Talk about glow up.
yeah.
For real.
I mean,
Yeah, Jack Harlow used to
Dude,
be one
yeah.
ugly motherfucker,
I
dude.
know. Like,
Sorry, Jack, you're tight, but you used to be ugly as hell, dude.
I mean, go ahead.
So I have a similar story. I don't know if I should say it on here, but
Bust it, let's go, dude. You can change names or whatever you have to do.
I'm not gonna use names, but I was at a bar establishment yesterday. Kind of, I told it.
I already know where this is going.
And there was someone from high school, and he was at the bar with like one of his boys and like the bartender, and he talked for an hour and a half about his athletic accolades in high school. And he didn't have like I have no room to talk, but did not have like a super illustrious high school career, especially not at Central. We ended up leaving Central
Yeah,
because
that's crazy.
because of sports, and like was screaming about it. And was like how no one could tackle him and everything. He was showing people his highlights of
Oh
high
my
school.
fucking
What?
God.
I swear to
Yeah.
God.
That's wild.
And was
Do we know this person?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
You know who he is.
it was bad.
What, was he in your class?
No,
he's
he's younger than
younger.
me. You
Yeah.
wouldn't know him.
Okay.
That is crazy.
But like it took. I'm so grown up because it took. I mean, he was making it an awful experience to be there because it was like just like me and a couple of my friends.
How
and
were
then,
the
like,
people taking it that he
Yeah,
was
that's a
talking
great
to?
question.
Were they like,
they
listen- Were they just like, dude?
they were seemingly like all up like in it, like oh my gosh, like yeah, like oh yeah, that was whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it was awful. It was literally awful. He was ruining it to me. I bought like $20 worth of touchtunes to try to like
To drown it out.
drown it
Love
out,
that move.
and then I ran out of the credits, and I was like, I'm about spending another $20. But
I
That shit's
know
lame, dude.
I know
Yeah.
that like being good when you're younger is really a great accomplishment at that age.
Yeah, and it is important at that age.
It is important
Like
at that
I can
age.
admit that. Yeah, you cared about it back then.
I would never take that away from anybody. But if you didn't play college sports and you're graduating college, I don't fucking care.
Exactly, dude. If you didn't play past high school,
You
Don't-
weren't that. I
then
hate
you
to break
then you
it to
weren't
ya.
good.
You weren't
Especially if
that
you're
good.
from Wheeling, then you weren't
But
good.
even like enjoy like your accolades,
Yeah.
enjoy yourself, but don't fucking scream about it in a bar
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. That's true.
fucking
and
lame.
lie about it.
Yeah, that's
Straight
even
up
worse.
lie about
That just
it.
makes me think of the drunk dude in Just Friends.
Yeah.
The
I'm not sure if I remember.
the dude that
Class of
wears
95.
he's
Yeah.
still wearing it.
His
Ryan
Letterman's
Reynolds
jacket.
comes back like
Yeah.
20 years later, and the dude's still wearing his Letterman's
Yeah.
jacket, and now he's just bald, and he's still talking about high school football and stuff. Classic.
That's such
You
a
always
good
have those
movie.
people, though.
You do
It
always
is
have
what it
those
is.
people, and normally, not in this instance, but normally they are nice people. Aren't that annoying? It's just annoying what they talk about. But somebody like you, we're just
And to
talking about
set the
pissed me
scene,
off.
we're in like a very small establishment, and I'm with two people, and we're the only other ones in there. And it's one bartender and the two dudes, and they are screaming
Oh
about it.
god.
Yeah, and I mean, I can just assume where you're talking about, and there's probably like 15 to 20 maybe seats at the bar, and then like a few tables to where it's not a very
Even smaller.
yeah. I haven't been in there in a while, but yeah. Fuck.
No, I'll tell you where. I'm not going to say where either, but it's a smaller place.
Okay, so it's not the one I'm thinking about.
No.
It's not the
it's
one you're
not.
thinking of.
Okay. All right, cool. I love learning new things.
Yeah. Now I'm intrigued about the place.
Me
Me
too.
too. I'm intrigued about the place too, but I think I'll just name the place you were thinking.
Yeah,
What are you thinking, Wakeham's?
1000%.
Yeah.
What-
Dude,
I think,
If it
I
was
think
Wa-
that's
that
what
would-
we were all
that
thinking.
That would fly.
Dude, me and Mace had a Wakeham's run years ago. Right, this is right when we graduated college. I used to like we'd go to get some after work beers at Wakeham's, and then
Yeah.
I'd drive back to Springdale.
That is still my favorite time to go, I would say, is when it's just like the older men and,
Yeah.
whoever comes in early, the regulars. But I will say, Wakeham's might be #back. I was there last Friday. It was so fun.
Was it?
Really?
Yeah.
That's
It's been
sick.
it's been a hot minute for me. I had my Wakeham's time.
Yeah, I
I
had a Wakeham's time.
saying
too.
I just have they. Is it still all cash?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like I don't ever carry cash.
Yeah, it's tough. I go in there and I'm like, who could buy me a beer?
Yeah, like ever. But
Who
I
wants
mean,
to buy me one?
I just spend the $2 charge every time.
yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. Let's talk about that real quick. People that fucking are at like, listen, I don't want to spend $2 in an ATM, but I'm not gonna not get my money out because of
Yeah.
a $2
Yeah,
fucking
I
charge.
agree.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you just spent $30 on drinks at
Yeah.
Sheetz. I think you can
Yeah.
afford the $2
That's what I'm
ATM
saying.
charge.
You're right. Like you're
Talking to
offending
myself.
someone's entire life because
Yeah, it's like,
small
all right,
fees.
dude.
Yeah, who the fuck
It's
cares?
here's my $2. Yeah, like I don't care about that.
Because I've seen people like freak out about it. Like, you don't take a fucking car. It's like, dude, it's $2. Just go get a
And
fucking
like
20.
Kroger does like 50-cent charge on cash back now. It's like, dude, we're talking about 50 cents here. It's
Yeah.
gonna be okay.
It is going to be fucking fine. I'm sure you spent way more than that in taxes and fees on something that you bought that you didn't even realize you were going to get.
Are we jumping into the hate?
Yeah, let's
We might as
let's
well.
do it.
Might as well.
Give it to us, dog.
So what I hate this week is Ron Hextall, the Penguins GM. He stinks. Stephen A. Smith, he stinks too.
Yeah, he does.
I had a clip of him. They asked a question about like what's the first New York team that's going to win a championship.
I
and he
saw
said the
that.
New York Rangers, and Stephen A. the guest, and Stephen A. basically said that doesn't count.
Yeah.
And he went on this
What?
rant about how hot and ESPN like owns the rights to program like NHL programming. So like you can't fucking do that.
Yeah, especially like there's two, especially when you're in a market where there's two teams.
Yeah.
How can you say hockey doesn't?
And I'm
count?
sorry, you know what? Stinks. The NBA stinks. To say
Yeah.
the NHL doesn't matter at all, but the NBA, fuck you.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And the last thing, I might have said this before. Probably aluminum bottles for beers. Stink.
Ew,
Oh, the
terrible.
worst. The worst.
Why do we
terrible.
say
I've
that?
said that for years.
I have too.
Is it cost effective? Is it recycling? Because you can recycle glass too.
Yeah,
Why
it
are we not? doing it?
Well-
the beer? it doesn't taste good.
No, it doesn't.
Jen's switched because there
Totally.
was an incident.
Yes.
Somebody got a bottle smashed over their head.
And
that'll happen.
I
too,
was
yeah.
gonna say, I'm assuming
And that was years
that was
ago.
years ago, and I'm assuming that I think it probably does have something to do with smashing of bottles.
Yeah.
Another
it-
option.
It does create a problem.
Here's
I'm sure.
another thing to think about.
Do we know the? Sorry.
No,
We don't know who
Oh.
it happened to now.
with the bottles, like like some beaches and pools and shit don't allow glass.
Yeah.
That could be another
And-
thing.
I'm bringing a can then.
Well, no, I'm with you. Canned beer is good.
I agree.
I love
don't
a
think
nice
it affects
can
the
of-
taste
No,
whatsoever.
I love a
No.
nice can of beer.
So that's what I don't understand. Like, they made aluminum bottles as an alternative to the glass bottle, but the cans already existed. I would much rather drink out of
Yeah.
a can than
Yeah.
an
Yeah, it's
aluminum
not like
bottle.
a new
So
fucking
true.
invention.
So
That's
like,
so
I
true,
think maybe they
actually.
were trying to start a new trend or something,
Yeah.
like the next
dude.
hot thing. Oh, did you guys hear whatever brand came out first has aluminum bottles
And
now?
again, it's people that are probably like, well, it's 16 ounces. You're getting 23% more. I don't give a fuck.
but they
I will buy the
dude,
extra fucking beer.
Like the
Yeah.
last fucking portion of the beer tastes so bad.
Yeah.
So
It
bad.
tastes
Yeah,
like
I
fucking
agree.
shit.
Do you think
It
it
is
has
bad.
anything to do with which again the cans existed? So this is gonna. Wonder if it had anything to do with trying to keep the beers colder longer.
I don't know.
I don't know, because I think when you freeze a glass, it stays pretty damn cold.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not
And
wrong.
you can't stack them. So I'm sure bars hate them too, opposed to cans. 'Cause
That's
True.
true too.
Yeah,
I didn't
good
think
call
about-
on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll hand up. I did go through a phase where like I did enjoy the aluminum bottle. It was when I was in my Michelob days. Bottles were bigger, caps on the bottle. I will agree though that it 1,000% tastes different than if it's in glass or the can.
Oh yeah.
For me, I just have never understood that really, like why you can tell the taste of a beer in a plastic cup versus a can versus a bottle, because we'll have this debate. I like this debate. What would you rather drink a beer out of?
Can I chime in one more time
Yeah.
right before? Another thing I hate because I thought of it. When you go to a sporting event, I'm already mad because I got to drink out of an aluminum bottle. At least give me the fucking cap. Wait,
Yeah.
am I going to
Yeah.
kill somebody with a fucking cap?
Yeah.
You're going to make me go with 8 beers that are all open?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
what the
I
fuck?
love this. You're fucking on one today, bro. Let's go. But what
I've
would you guys
grown,
rather drink?
And I
one
think
out
this
of?
is just
and it can be anything.
I always love. Oh, I do still love glass bottle,
Yeah.
but I love me a nice. I'll frost my mug.
Yes.
When I pull my mug out of the freezer and it's all it just looks like I'm holding a cup of ice. Because I'll wash my mug, or my mugs, my cups in the dishwasher, and then I'll run them over. I'll get them all wet with water, and dunk them in water so it's completely wet, and then I'll put them in the freezer. So you pull them out and it's just fucking ice. That's my favorite thing.
Love that.
Yeah. I'm gonna get kind of in depth and all over the place here with this answer. So
That's
Are
what
you
our
gonna say-
podcast is,
Hey,
man.
I already know where you're going with this. You're gonna say, "Well, it depends on what kind of beer I'm drinking."
no.
right?
Well, it depends on what you mean by that. Like when you say what kind of beer, are you saying like draft versus bottle versus can, or like the actual
No,
type
beer,
of beer?
like type of beer.
No, so that's
Okay.
no, that doesn't matter to
Okay.
me. So for reference, I always keep a couple mugs in my freezer.
Yeah.
So I can always have a frosted beer, and I prefer to pour it out of a glass bottle into the mug. It's
Nice.
just how it should be. But the best option that I think it would be the frosted fishbowl mug specifically, and then a
Good
nice
call.
draft pour into it. Draft beer, in my opinion, tastes the best.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
if I'm drinking beers for longevity, like to last through the night, you should probably be drinking them out of a bottle, because draft beer has the weird carbonation effects that people talk about, and like
Yeah.
it'll get you. You usually have a worse hangover if
Yeah.
you're drinking draft beer all night versus bottled or canned.
Yeah.
Which we'll put a pin in that. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Me
after.
too. So for mine, I'll give you a list. So number 1 is glass bottle.
Yeah.
I would probably have to go can number 2, and this is why, is because I have acid reflux issues. So like Zara was saying, if I drink a bunch of draft beer, I'm probably going to throw up
Yeah.
no matter what,
Yeah.
and it's because of the carbonation. But the frosted mug, there's nothing better. Like,
That's the best
yeah.
thing
I
in
think
the world,
that's
right?
like, it's if something is old fashioned about that, it's almost like it's what God intended.
Yeah.
Drinking beer.
It
I
is.
agree.
You know what? That scene in Django.
Yes.
Has everyone seen
Yes.
Django?
Great movie.
I don't know if those mugs are frosted or not, but like he pulls out those 2 glasses and fills them up, and he takes that little wooden thing
Yeah.
and like swipes off the head. I'm just like, that looks like the most delicious beer
Yeah.
ever.
100%.
It was probably warm and gross.
It probably
too.
was,
Yeah.
but it looks great.
Yeah.
It looked great.
Yeah, I would say for me, I like when you get glass bottles and put them in the freezer to where
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
cold
yeah.
enough to where obviously the cap is, but like if you get glass bottles, get them like super cold chilled in the freezer. I would say that's probably my favorite. Love the love ice mugs.
Yeah. Well, and
Love all that.
I've become so ass. I like just like the pint glass
Yeah.
without the handle.
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay,
like it
yeah.
a
You
lot.
know what
I
I'm
wish
talking
about?
I
Yeah.
wish I could drink them more. 'cause
I'm
I
just
like it a
so
lot.
weird. Like
It
I
seems
just,
fancier. There's something
you know what
about
I'm
it
talking
that
about.
I like.
I just love those cups.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, just
like
just the actual beer pint with no
Yes.
handle.
yeah,
Yeah. I only have a few of those in my
yeah. I
repertoire
wanted
at
to
home.
start a collection of them.
all the ones that I keep in my freezer are mugs from the Brewfest that
Yeah, yep. I have
I've
this.
acquired over the years.
Nice.
But I wanted to interject for a second because this whole frosted thing reminded me. There's this place I went to in Cuyahoga Falls.
Love that word.
Isn't it a cool word?
Love that word. Cuyahoga.
Anyway, it's like a restaurant that I can't remember the fucking name of it. Sith, I was with Sith and like he knew about it. I guess there's a few of them in Ohio, but like it's a restaurant, but they have secret bars underneath
Whoa.
that are supposed to like,
speakeasies.
yeah, they're supposed to remind you like the
Oh, I
old
love it.
days.
Speakeasies are fucking sweet.
So like we went in there and the model of the place was it was a bar, but none of the beer was behind the bar. Like you couldn't get a draft, you couldn't be like, "Hey, I want this," and the bartender got it. All the beer was in this room stacked on all these shelves, and you went and you just picked whatever beer you
Dude,
wanted.
that's cool.
What?
But like,
You went up to the bartender then to pay for it. They had this machine. I've never seen anything like it. They took my can of beer, which was warm, was room temperature. He put it on this thing, and it instantly fucking like you could see it frost up, and then the beer was just it was just
what?
ice cold.
Was it like liquid nitrogen?
I think
or
it.
something?
Yeah, I do think it was something.
That's
that
that's
What?
dude. That's
it was sick. I literally took my can of beer up. He put it on this thing, and you just saw it like frost up.
The whole time people were like, "Sir, this is fucking warm."
I don't even know what other people were thinking. My mind was just blown.
Dude,
Dude,
so
that's sick.
And it was good.
very quick. Do you remember in grade school when Mr. Baines, Aaron Baines' dad, would come around and do like the shows
Yeah.
in the school, and he had the liquid
I do
nitrogen,
remember that. Yeah.
and he'd like toss it and like balls would roll, and then like you'd put your finger in it, and, like
Yeah.
that shit. felt
Well,
I just
that
remember
reminds
that.
me. We went to a really cool bar last weekend. Great. It's a great concept. Where like you walk in and the first thing you do is like it's like you're going to pay when you walk in. They like somehow attach your card information to their own little card. And they have slots with all the different drafts throughout the restaurant.
Oh, I've been to a place like this.
And you put your card in the slot
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
charge you by the ounce.
Yeah.
And you don't pay until the end. They just check
It was very cool.
check you out with that card.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so odd. I loved it.
Yeah, it
I
was
was like, it's so smart for, I'm sure that whole system's expensive, but like, it's so smart for them because you don't have to wait on anybody.
No,
Yeah.
They're just at the counter and everyone's just doing their thing.
And
I'm like, this is a smart idea.
It was tight because we were like quote unquote outsiders, but we went to a WVU bar to watch the Kansas game.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's what this
Yeah.
bar was. And like, it was just really cool. Like, everybody's decked out in WVU stuff, walking around, getting their beers. Everyone's watching the games, yelling. Like, it
Where at? In
in
city?
Charlotte.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last
So
weekend.
that's what's cool is like, yeah, doing that here is one thing because everyone's a WVU fan, but going
It
and
feels special. For
yeah,
sure.
like going and meeting
Yeah.
with people that are fans that you don't normally watch the game with. I don't know. I just thought that
Yeah.
was sick.
It was cool.
Two things. there's a place on, and I'm sure there's more, but there's a place on East Carson Street up in Pittsburgh that does that.
Yeah,
What's it called? Yeah,
I can't remember. I've
that's
been
a
there
guy's
for
name, yeah.
brunch.
because that's what I was gonna say. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's cool there, even in Pittsburgh.
But also, isn't that like the coolest thing? Like, and maybe we're just lucky to be WVU fans. Like, I don't know if this is if that's a thing with other colleges, but like, you could find WVU bars just like scattered
Yeah.
across the
There-
East Coast and random
There's one
places.
actually really close to where I live. I haven't gone yet.
There, where we go to the beach every year, Surfside Beach, South Carolina. There's a WVU bar
Now that's sick.
in the fucking heart of Surfside Beach.
So
That's
tight.
It's called Showdown Saloon or something like that, and it's got WVU stuff all over it. Not this past football season, but the one before it. The week we were down there was when it was beginning of the season. WVU was playing Virginia Tech at home. We won, and like we went there to watch the game, and it was sick. Just all these WVU fans just showing
it's cool,
up, dude.
It's
I was
so
like, this is
cool.
the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with all these WVU fans, and we're not in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It felt different. See, I thought you were going to go a completely different direction and talk about that small little bar that we went to on Diagon Alley. The one where you walk upstairs that didn't have the air
Oh
conditioning.
yeah, it looked like a speakeasy. It's a speakeasy like a what's it speak like?
so that
but-
term
pro-
comes from the prohibition.
Yeah. Okay,
it was
so like Peaky
behind
Blinders
fake
bar.
walls and shit, like
Yeah.
or fake doors.
Like
and stuff like
restaurants would have
Yeah.
like hidden
Yeah,
areas.
yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking of the same thing. It gave you that vibe. Like you had to walk up these stairs, and
Yeah.
it was you walk through this real little door, and it was just like basically an attic of like
Yeah.
a building, like an apartment building almost. It was really cool.
First bar I've
Yeah.
ever been to in my life that doesn't have air conditioning.
Yeah, it was really hot in there.
Oh,
See,
really?
But
that-
Yeah.
that's
that part
tough.
sucked, but the vibe was
Yeah.
was
One
really
dude
cool.
working in the whole
Yeah.
place. Like it was so
Yeah.
cool.
It was really cool.
So cool. But back to draft beer.
Let's talk.
I
about it.
never understood what you were talking about until it was explained to me. But it is wild how if you go to a place that like quote unquote cleans their pipes or has good draft
Yeah, it
pipes,
has a good draft system.
the beer is way more potent
Oh yeah.
than if
Yeah.
you would drink it in like a can or a bottle.
Mhm.
It's just fascinating.
And it tastes better. I mean,
Yeah.
there's something to it. It's a disappointing thing. I still don't get the science behind like I know it has to do with the carbonation, but like why that gives you a worse hangover.
Yeah.
I still don't get the science behind that.
I feel like I've known at one point in my life, but I don't know.
But like it's something we all know
For sure.
Like you're told that, and
Oh,
it's
for
true.
sure.
You can
It's
test that
definitely-
theory, and
it's
it's
definitely
fucking
true.
checks out. But there's nothing more disappointing when you go to like a bar or a restaurant, you order a draft beer, and it comes and it's just like
It just
flat,
sucks.
tastes
Gross.
horrible. I'm like, the fuck?
It's like
do you
clean
guys,
your pipes.
do you guys fucking do any kind of maintenance? Like that makes me just like,
Like fat daddies, but we all drank
Yeah.
it anyway.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, like in a college town, whatever.
Yeah,
like
no,
that's
we didn't give a fuck.
yeah,
then,
like you
but-
didn't fucking care, but like you're, I don't want to call people out here in Wheeling, but it's happened in Wheeling at one place a few times.
Yeah,
And
fuck you, man.
It always pisses me off. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why am I here?
I agree. I don't know. Now I'm hooked on the I can't-
Phonics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hooked on phonics. I can't stop thinking about how cool it is watching a team that you like that's not in the same state, but you're all together in another state.
It's so cool.
It's so cool.
It's great.
But things we hate. Oh no, go ahead.
I hate one more thing.
Me too. So go ahead.
Okay, sweet. And it's not because I'm a stickler for laws, but if the sign says you can't fucking turn left and there is a whole fucking line of people behind you, just go right.
By Patsy's.
Yes, by Patsy's. Two people turn left there in a fucking line of 10 cars. Like just turn right and then turn around.
I feel that.
It's not that hard.
Things
Sorry, I got a little heated.
No, I like
Took
it.
like
that
5 minutes
That
to-
makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Thing I hate this week is Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
Jimmy Kimmel went on his show. Whether you love the guy or hate the guy, completely bashed Aaron Rodgers because he was talking about the Epstein list on Pat McAfee's show. Basically telling everybody that watches Jimmy Kimmel's show that Aaron Rodgers is a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist, and anything that he says you cannot listen to. And I saw the greatest tweet. It was like, well, it looks like we know whose name doesn't want to be released on the Epstein list.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. I know it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I genuinely hate that when like big media, big company request that somebody just bashes one person to push a narrative through.
Yeah,
I just think that's so
I've
weird.
never really been in terms of late night people, Kimmel's at the bottom of the barrel for
Agreed.
me.
I was always a Fallon dude.
I like Fallon obviously because I was a big fan of his on SNL, but I love fucking Conan. I know he's done now. He doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I
but
like Conan too.
I like Conan O'Brien a lot.
See, I truly never watched Conan, if I'm being honest.
Conan and Fallon, probably. Letterman was good too. I didn't really.
I always
like,
thought Letterman was kind of weird. I don't know.
He is-
I
he's-
didn't really get it.
He had some weird bits. What's his face? I didn't like at all.
Jay Leno.
Leno.
I kind of like Leno. Didn't
Who-
mind him.
Dude, you know who I like?
Chin.
That it's just a hot take.
Please don't say it.
James Corden.
Oh,
dude. Oh,
Dude,
But he doesn't do it anymore either, does he?
no,
No,
he's
but
not
I
now.
I kind of like him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I like him, Trevor Noah.
I hate Trevor
I
Noah with a
always-
fucking burning passion.
It always weirds me out when somebody gets hired. And again, it has nothing. This is going to come off wrong. I don't mean it in this way, but like when somebody gets hired from somewhere that does, and they are not from here, that gets hired to make fun of the people that live here.
I know.
Like,
I hate it.
I don't care if an
Okay.
American person starts
Wait,
ripping
it
us.
was
It's
a
like,
weird-
I get it.
Who's that really? Oh man, I'm not gonna get his name. He's a really Republican guy. Oh my god.
Bill Maher?
No,
Does he have a show? What's his show?
Donald Trump.
no, not Donald Trump. I don't know the name of his show
Bro.
or his name.
What's
I
he
just
look
know what
like?
he looks like.
Do you have a network?
Just like a guy. Like I don't even know. Is he on like? Is he on like Fox or something?
Is he like a political
Maher?
commentator, or does he?
Yeah,
have,
he's like a
Tucker
political.
Carlson or
I-
whatever.
I
That
hate
might be
Tucker
him.
Carlson.
He's
Maybe.
the
He looks
worst.
younger. He's a fucking.
He's
He's
the
Actually, no, but he
worst.
kind of looked. Anyway,
Does he
I'm
look
just
like
go-
Cam Brady?
I'm just gonna tell the story. There was someone on his show talking about some girl like talking about how we can't eat meat and shit, and he just went on a rant saying like, "Yeah, you're pushing your avocado agenda. You know what else is harming the earth? All the airplanes polluting the air, flying all your avocados around and shit." And then he kept going on a rant, and he said, "You know what I'm gonna do?" And he just pulled out a bag of like a bunch of hamburgers and just started eating a hamburger right in front of her.
What the fuck?
I was like, "This is actually really funny."
Ugh.
That just sounds like complete satire.
Yeah, and if I had to guess, it probably is Tucker Carlson.
No, it's this guy similar. You guys would know when you saw his face. I don't know his name.
Does he have a big round face? Kind of pudgy looking dude. Black hair.
He has dark hair. It's not Tucker Carlson.
It's not Cuomo, is it?
No.
He's a fucking idiot too. But
Which one? Because there's two of them.
well, both.
I think both.
Yeah. But things I love this week.
Ooh, I didn't have anything written down. This is
I
exciting.
love that all of the English, Britain, massive pop music stars are refusing to perform at King Charles's coronation
Yeah.
thing.
It's this
Yeah.
dude in the middle.
Yeah, it's
That's Tucker Carlson.
Is it?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, him.
Yeah, it's Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
I love that they're refusing to perform at it. I think it's wild. He's literally, whether you like it or
I
not,
didn't know about that.
yeah, whether
Yeah.
you like it or not, and I could care less about the royal family. It's wild that this guy's about to become king, and everyone's like, "Nah, I don't want to perform." Harry Styles said no. Adele said no. Like so many
Yeah,
people.
a lot. I've seen
King of
that.
where?
England.
Nice.
I wonder why that is. Does he have a bad rap or rep or?
I mean, everybody probably just hated Queen Elizabeth,
Yeah.
and because Prince Andrew's
I mean,
a
it'd be,
freak.
it would be like if like Cersei died and then Joffrey became king or something. It'd be like no one really wants to root for him.
Yes, the whole English dynamic is hard. Like at this point in history, it would be hard to get behind. Like they don't actually control the country anymore, but they get to live like tax free and just be wealthy.
Yeah.
It like doesn't make any sense.
I forget. There's a bunch of facts about how they stay like financial above everybody else. It's nuts.
I'm pretty sure they get like an X amount of % of all the taxes.
They just
like a royal tax
it's
for
just like-
what?
So okay, I
as
don't
a citizen of the country, like how could you
would
support that?
suck. Like I don't like the royal family specifically, but let's just take them out of the scenario. Do you know
The Muffin Man.
how much of a badass, hard ass family you have to be to literally just be like, this country is fucking mine. We can change the rules all you want, but I'm going to live here. We're still going to be relevant. You're still going to give us your money, and there's nothing you can do about it. And all of them back there were just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me when you think about it.
What's that? Isn't there a show about the royal family?
Yeah, I think there's a
It's called The Crown.
The Crown. Yeah,
The
my
Crown.
mom
And
loves
isn't
that
its
show.
goal to literally get up to like present day?
Yeah.
Have they covered the point, or are they already past? Like, what point in time did it transfer? Did the power transfer to like a partisanship or whatever the fuck they call it
I'll look that up.
from them actually being in control? This fucking
May take me a second.
that's fine. But I want to move on then before you figure that answer out. So things I love, and let's talk about this a little bit. I still love the Pittsburgh Penguins with all my heart, but I hate the GM so much. And
I'm saying this on record. I don't know shit about anything. But I can do basic math, and I can listen to smart people in analytics tell me what players are good or not.
Yeah.
There's zero chance I would have done a worse job at his job this
Oh,
year.
yeah.
There's 0%
Yeah.
chance. And that's why I'm not a very self-confident person whatsoever. But there's no chance.
I actually think, like, at the deadline, we got better players in than we got rid of, but we got older. Even more. We were already the oldest team in the league. We
Yeah.
got older, and
And-
then we're still like right at the cap. I don't know, like whatever. I think we're gonna make the playoffs, and like I'm happy about that. Maybe some kind of miracle run happens, but like it's just kind of been a frustrating year. Like the moves to me could have been better. There were so many younger guys out there we could have brought in, like
Patrick Kane.
interject some youth into the team, and we just didn't do that.
The whole deadline was basically fixing problems that he fucking did. Like
Right.
every player we got rid of is because he gave them 2 years,
Right.
and they suck.
Yeah.
And they sucked last year, and they suck worse this year, and it just makes no sense. Like even if he would have traded Gino, say, I would have been fucking pissed. But then if you rebuild, I would have understood a direction. He has zero direction. He did all those things to bring back Letang and Gino and Brian Rust. But then he wants to keep the draft picks, and he refuses to give the draft picks away.
His whole game plan has made zero sense. You re-sign the core, so that means you're trying to go all in, and then
And then
but
you
you
don't
want to
go
keep
all
your
in.
draft picks and stuff. You can't have it both ways, Ron.
It doesn't make any sense.
Come on, Ron.
Come on,
You
Ron.
fucking dick.
So
No, but I feel for you guys because obviously I'm a Penguins fan. I'm not a year-round hockey guy. Root for the Penguins when I have to. Big playoff hockey dude. So for me being outside looking in, it is always odd when I'm like, okay, like Sid and Gino, unreal talent, unreal players. Love that they've been Penguins for as long as they have. But also, like, age comes into play at some point. And it's I like that they try to keep all those core dudes around, but at the same time, at what cost?
yeah, so like here's the shitty thing about it is like they kept the core, they re-signed them. Letang and Malkin honestly signed like very team-friendly deals, and those three haven't been the issue this year. They're producing.
Not at all.
They
Yeah.
are producing. So that's the other frustrating thing is like our bottom six been performing so badly, and your mission at the deadline should have been like bring in some talent to support the top 6.
And it should be the easy part. Like the
Yeah,
hard
it should
part
be.
is the big guys, and they're good on that.
Yeah.
Where's Billy Guerin and James and Ginla when you need them?
Billie Eilish.
Where are they at?
So it's just like, I don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the season. The team's going to look different now to end the year. I mean, we did make some moves at the deadline. Whether they were good moves or not remains to be seen. All I could tell you is we got even older, which I don't like. I'm not saying I dislike the guys that we brought in. I want to give them a chance, but
They want to play fast and
yeah, the guys we brought in
on
don't
the
fit
forecheck,
this.
and they don't play that way.
No.
So just again, there's no plan. It makes no sense.
So where are we at right now in the playoff hunt? Like,
We're
I
at-
know that's got to be coming close.
We're at the first wild card spot right now, but there's about 4 other teams below us that all have a chance.
right there.
So like, we really have to be the best we could be to finish out the season, or we could lose the playoff spot. We have games in hand on a few teams, which is good. I think ultimately the Pens do get one of the 2 wild card spots, but can they get past the first round? I don't know. It's just different
This year's
this year.
nuts. Like there's so many teams in the same division. They're just like they're unreal. Like
Dude,
Yeah.
the East is just stacked this year. Stacked. And all the other Metro teams, like, got fucking studs at the deadline. Like, everyone got better at the deadline. I'd
Damn.
like to think the Pens did actually get a little bit better at the deadline, but I think they could have got even more better.
So because like I said, I'm out in terms of like the whole hockey scope as a whole. The Rangers getting Patrick Kane, is that like a massive move where now they can win the Stanley Cup
Well, they got
type move?
Tarasenko
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
They got even more. They're on paper they are very very good.
Very good. Their roster's stacked.
But Boston is about to set the record for the
They did
best
set it.
the best wins or the most wins in one season. They've lost 8 games in regulation.
What?
they
8
set the
games so far.
NHL record last night for fastest team to reach 100 points in the standings.
Damn. Wait, so I'm trying to remember who are the big guys on the Bruins now?
Still, the core is still Marchand and Bergeron and well, fuck, I guess that's the core.
Pasta.
I mean,
Pasternak.
McAvoy's or Pasternak, yeah,
Yeah.
McAvoy's been there a long time. But they picked up at the deadline. They got they got Tyler Bertuzzi from the Red Wings, and
Is Hall still there? Is Taylor
he's
Hall
on
still-
long-term IR. That's how they were able to get
Yeah,
Bertuzzi.
that's how they
What's
do
my boy
that.
Chara up to these days?
Retired. Who was the other big name they brought in?
Cal Gill?
I'm trying to think. I can't
Oh, they
remember.
brought it. They got
they did.
Orlov and Hathaway from
Who's sick. Orlov's
from
really
yeah
good.
from the Capitals.
'Cause I
they're
saw-
pretty damn good.
I
dude.
saw Brady tweet, just give the Bruins the cup now.
They're stacked. Not only did they get better at the deadline, they were already the best team. Which, like, when you're far, like, numbers wise, like in the standings, when you're that much better than every other team, it makes you wonder, like, do we even need to make moves at the deadline? But they still did. And I don't think it's going to affect their team chemistry. At least it hasn't yet.
I don't think I've like witnessed a year as long as I can remember that like so many teams you feel like can win.
Yeah.
And they all got so much better. Like there's so many big trades this year.
Are we
Yeah.
gonna keep it on Pittsburgh sports? Are we gonna go to any of the Pittsburgh USFL games that start in April?
I'll go.
I will.
cool.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Be cool to see because I saw they just did a massive unveiling because whenever the league was here a year or two ago, they were like purple and orange or whatever, and they changed their colors to black and gold, and it was like such a big deal to match all the other.
I didn't know that.
yeah,
that
match
is cool.
all the other teams. So I thought that was sick.
What are they? The Pittsburgh what?
I honestly don't know their name, truthfully.
The Pittsburgh. I don't know. What's a good
The
Pittsburgh name?
Primanti sandwich.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Primantis.
That would be tight,
That's pretty
actually.
fire.
That is pretty fire. The Pittsburgh Capricola.
The
Brad-
Pittsburgh Bridges.
Brad Smith thinks West Virginia should get an XFL team.
Well, dude.
Dude, we were talking about we got into an intense
We
conversation.
can't even hold an indoor football league.
If
team.
you had,
I know.
that wins every game.
if you had to give like a mascot for a team, and I said West Virginia, I was like, the West Virginia Coal would be sick.
Yeah.
Just COAL.
I think there's one place in West Virginia that we could pull it off, and it would be if they played at the Greenbrier. If we got an XFL team that played down in the Lewisburg Greenbrier area, I think that'd be sick. I don't know, like, dude, imagine like Morgantown got one.
Yeah, well, only during school hours.
Yeah,
school
dude, I
time.
love that you guys just brought up the
Bring it to
XFL.
Wheeling.
Did you guys see? Yeah, seriously,
That'd be sick.
TBT's coming to Wheeling, which is fucking awesome.
That
Did
is.
you guys see the XFL player that got kicked off of his team? He was the Orlando Guardians quarterback, and he got caught and got in trouble for giving opposing teams the Guardians playbook.
No way. That's
Dude,
so
That's like
funny.
a Blue Mountain State
That
storyline.
is so funny.
Yeah, so he got kicked off the team. They took all of his stats off of XFL.com, and he's banished.
What an idiot.
Yeah, what an idiot.
They probably paid him.
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
was gonna say,
I'm
like, I
sure
don't know.
someone did.
I wonder how much the XFL players make. Is it anything substantial?
So here,
Can't be.
I don't know about the amounts. Here's what I do know. I know
Probably a nice
Well-
livable wage.
what AJ McCarron took a backup quarterback pay cut to play in the XFL, which I think this is really cool because he wanted his kids to actually see him play
Yeah.
instead of being a backup.
Right.
And he is like the story of the XFL right now. We're because I'm a Battlehawk fan. We're 2-0. We're 2-0, and both of our wins were fourth quarter comebacks. And this is what's
there you
wild
go.
about the XFL.
Did he say, "Who do you think you are? I am"?
No. Here's what's wild about the XFL. There's no extra point kicks.
Right.
There's 3 lines. You can go for 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
You can choose not to you can either onside kick it or choose and do a 4th and 15 to get the ball back, which is fucking awesome.
That is electric.
Kickoffs are sick.
You could just keep the ball the whole game
Really?
if you kept getting it.
Like kickoffs are sick where they'll line a kicker back there, then they'll line 10 guys across from each other, 10 yards apart, 10 yards from the returner, and none of the guys can start blocking until the returner catches the ball. So, like, I like that rule. Dude, XFL's been electric. So, Anthony Breckett, who was WVU's tight end, is the head coach of the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Anthony Becht.
Back, that's right. Gary
That's
Jennings.
legit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Gary Jennings and George Campbell are the receivers from WVU, which is cool. And I think there's a few other, Mark or Bob Stoops coaches a team, Wade Phillips coaches a team, Hines Ward coaches a team.
Really?
Yeah, like it's
Wow.
pretty cool league.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna shock the shit. At least this shocked the shit out of me. This might shock the shit out of you guys when you learn of the year about the royal family. I quick Google, first thing that popped up. I'm assuming this is right. I'm gonna read this out loud. On February 7th, 1649, the office of the king was formally abolished. 1649. The civil wars were essentially confrontations between the monarchy and parliament over the definitions of the powers of the monarchy and parliament's authority. So if they stopped reigning in 1649, it just emphasizes more how much of a badass family you have to be able to still live the way they are now.
That's
400 years later, what?
because I thought
They started becoming the royal
when
family.
was the
in
Revolutionary
that year?
War in America?
No idea.
Yeah, you're right. I know where you're going with this. That was the 1800s.
No, I think
1700s.
1700s. It's like 1776 is when we became a country,
Yeah.
right?
Something like
Something
that.
like that.
That is correct.
Yeah, I mean, again,
You want to hear a crazy story?
I
It's just
Deep
weird
dive.
because like I thought, when you get into like the Revolutionary War history, you're always talking about like how King George was the one
for sure.
at the time like we were against. So it's like that's crazy if it wasn't an actual monarchy at that point.
Maybe
But maybe they still
maybe there were still civil wars going on there, and maybe
Yeah.
it was kind of like a royal family parliament type.
see.
thing.
I love world history needs to be taught more than just
Agreed.
American history.
Agreed.
I'd love to know the history.
There's a sick guy on YouTube. I'll have to look it up and tell you after that.
A nice
I go,
world history podcast would be nice to
Yeah.
find.
Yeah.
I go down rabbit holes watching this dude make YouTube videos explaining world history and like why we went to war with this country and then why like Mexico's gone to war with this country. Like it's very interesting.
Well, talk about wars. This is not anything to do with a war, but I think it was World War II or something. I saw a Rogan clip from a few years back. They were talking about anacondas or whatever, and like how anacondas, there's like 30-foot anacondas and big ass, snakes in like the Amazon and shit.
Yeah.
But there's this story like World War II or whatever war, like one of the they were flying over the Congo in Africa, and they circled around it a few times because they kept looking down and saw this 100-foot long snake.
Fuck. What a nightmare.
And then he was saying like that's why you never really find any big snakes in the like really, really big snakes in the Congo. And I'm wondering if that's just because that is fucking 100-foot anaconda just fucks everything up.
Was eating them all.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's sweet.
That is sweet. Snakes are terrifying.
Terrifying.
Snakes are scary. But I love hearing stories about like giant animals and shit.
For sure.
Yeah, I love the when I was a kid, I don't know, I was probably like 10, 11, 12, something like that. I watched a fucking like 2.5-hour documentary on the fucking giant squid.
Yeah, dude.
They were
I
like
love
tracking
that.
this giant
Yeah.
squid for like years.
Dude, like I just have a hard time believing that a giant squid just still couldn't exist today with what we don't know about the water.
It for sure could. I think it does.
Shark I think it's extremely naive for people to be like, oh, they don't exist anymore because we don't see them. Maybe we don't see them because they evolved over time to realize we can't go in these places.
Yeah.
You know?
I think they're all real. I think it's all real.
too.
I think there's a big ass fucking everything in the ocean. And there's probably places in the Amazon that's so dense where there's just like giant fucking sloths and shit.
Dude, I don't
Are there sloths in the Amazon? Probably.
That sounded good.
Sounds right to me.
I don't think we could last 3 hours if we were dropped in the Amazon.
No.
No, fuck.
We
no.
would get
We would get destroyed.
Dude,
either
you don't
by
even
a
have
big
to-
animal or bugs.
I was gonna say the insects are fucking. I think there's probably
Poison.
plants and stuff that
Yeah.
are fucking deadly in the Amazon. Oh, dude, that's
There's probably the thing from Harry Potter
just scared. Honestly,
that just grabs you and shit
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Harry Potter one.
Yeah, dude, man, that would be so fucking scary.
it'd be so scary.
Whoa, what would you rather get stranded there or in the ocean? That's tough. to
Tough
be
call
honest.
because I don't like open water.
Me neither, but open rainforest with a bunch of deadly and poisonous stuff is pretty scary.
Yeah,
too.
what is worse? Because I'm with you. Open water terrifies me.
At least, go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't think I could look at the same thing, in open water all the time.
Yeah, I
To
was
me,
gonna say-
I would have zero hope
Yeah.
in the water.
I would say rainforest too, because while I'm fighting for my life, at least I don't have to tread water at the same time.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least you're not having to
Yeah.
swim. at
I
the
was
same
assuming
time.
we were on like a raft or something.
Oh, yeah.
I would probably
Either
I would
way,
easily go.
I think I'm going
rainforest.
Because I would
rainforest.
die in the open water pretty quick.
Okay, us four together, all right? We get dropped in the middle of the rainforest. How long do you think it would be until the last one of us dies?
I give us longer than you.
I've seen Survivor.
Take credit.
I think I'd be okay.
It's just like
for-
none of
for
us.
a couple months.
Do any of us here have like actual
No.
like survivors knowledge?
Absolutely.
Like we could
No.
look at a plant and be like, yes, that's edible.
No.
No.
No, we'd be fucked.
We'd be fucked.
We'd all be fucked.
We wouldn't be. Honestly, I don't think we'd ever find anything to eat. That's why we would die. We
Yeah.
might get eaten eventually, but I think
Yeah,
our
you know what? I'm changing my answer. Yeah, we would starve to death pretty quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we wouldn't like that's we would get picked off by an animal because they would sense that we're not tough enough to fight them. Like we would just be so hungry.
Or like, what if we were stranded in the ocean and then we just stumbled upon this random island that was just, what's the word, fruitful or
Yeah,
whatever
sick.
with cucumbers, like the Life of Pi.
Yeah,
He just stumbled upon a big island that's just fucking
and
full
then,
of
then
cucumbers.
you realize it's the North Sentinelese Island, and they come out and just fucking shoot arrows in our
Yeah.
throats.
Dude, that's the most terrifying thing.
that shit's wild, dude. I
That
always
there's islands out there in the world.
Yeah.
that
I
are
still
like
laugh
that.
about the dude that thought he was really going to go over on a boat with the Bible and turn these people. Do you know this story?
Yeah, they murdered the fuck out of him.
Yeah,
right?
they
They ate
fucking
him?
shot his ass with an arrow because he started walking to him like, I'm here to save you. And they were just, boom.
He was going with
Done.
Jesus though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
He literally was just trying to be Jesus.
Yeah.
For
which-
a stranded fucking island.
yeah.
He probably thought he'd go down the history books too.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. As the biggest dumbass,
As a dumbass.
ever. Oh shit. But You got any? I got like two more. You brought up Joe Rogan. I don't know if you've seen his family. His dad
I just saw that before I
is
came
now
here.
going at him, stating that everything Joe said about his dad's side of the family, about Joe being a psycho, like his dad being a psycho, he's crazy, whatever. His dad is finally coming out, which again, you know, it is weird. You wait till he's a fucking multi-bajillionaire to do this,
Yeah.
but his dad's coming out literally being like, I'm threatening to sue you for defamation if you do not go on there and tell the truth. Which I think that's
Sounds
pretty
like-
wild.
Sounds like psychotic behavior.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And then there's a streamer, I can never pronounce it right. I think it's Kai Sent. Shout out to him. He set the record on
I
Twitch.
saw that too.
He had over 300,000 subscribers this past month. Broke a record for the most subscribers, and the video of it happening is just so wholesome. Like he's like this louder dude that like streams all the time, plays video games, and he's just like standing in front of the thing, and like the subscriber count keeps going, and he's just yelling. You can tell he's like yelling and like also crying and like can't believe it at the same time. And it was just a very cool, wholesome
yeah.
movie to see.
That
So
is
shout
fire.
out to him.
I love those videos. Like the videos that people who stream and get like no views ever, and like Mr. Beast or whoever will like jump in and give them like a donation. They always love that shit.
Agreed.
Big fan of those. I have a back and not back this week.
Love it.
As anyone else does. Back is owning student loans. Unfortunately, you hate to see it. We're all gonna have to pay our fucking student loans.
Yeah, I figured that was going to happen.
That's not going to get very far. And not back is Suron, the guy who assassinated Robert Kennedy. It was National Parole Denial Day for him Thursday,
Yeah,
Nice.
fuck you, dude.
so he didn't get out again.
Wait,
Wow.
so we're real like the loan things? It's probably is coming back, huh?
Yeah, it's going to the whatchamacallit, the
Supreme
Supreme
Court.
Court, and there's zero chance that they're gonna say it's illegal. Which I don't understand. How can you say that that's like illegal?
Here's what I want to know. I agree with what you're saying. I want to know if we all can sue the government for false promises.
Yeah, I think we'd lose, but I
We
think
would lose, but dude, we
But we could
would
get-
go down with a fight.
I think that's what we should do. Though we should get it in court and just keep pushing it back for 20 more years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
until
you
I
can't
die.
you can't literally come out and be like, student loans are forgiven. You're never going to have to pay them back. Just turn this in. That's all you need to see. And then be like, sorry, you have to pay them back now.
And why can't I sue all the congressmen for day trading and shit? How is that legal? That's inside trading. Why can't I sue them and take it to the Supreme Court? You have to go through the other courts. I don't know. I don't know about law stuff.
Simple answer. This country is corrupt as fuck.
Yeah.
What? America? No way.
No way.
No way, man. Oh, dude.
America.
Slider versus U.S. Congress. I want to do it.
I'm in, dude. I'll join the good fight.
Nice.
I'll join the good fight with you, Harry. You won't go down by yourself.
And in the same court system, the Murdaugh case, I really don't know anything about it.
Me neither.
But they, what's it called? Shit. Before the verdict. There's a word for it.
I don't know.
deliberated.
Thank you. It was there somewhere. For like 2.5
Great
hours
guess.
or 2 hours, which is like super short. What do they do for that long? I've always wondered.
Same.
Because there's like, really, you think so? Because I think so too. I think
What'd
they
you
just
say?
like chill
I
back
said
there.
eat.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the jury thing?
Yeah, when they
Go back
to
and make
their
their decision.
whatever to make a decision. They're always in there for like 2 hours, and sometimes it's like this guy's absolutely guilty.
Well, so I actually know the process if you genuinely want to
really,
know.
yeah, I want to know.
Because of watching all the documentaries and stuff. They all go the jury goes in the back. They appoint one person as like the head of the jury,
Uh-huh.
and they cannot come out of that room until
they all
every
agree.
single person agrees on one side or the other.
But what if they do that in like the first 5 minutes?
Then it's probably a corrupt case, and there's no reason that should happen.
I mean,
Now,
I feel
don't
like
know. I'm
I
just
feel like
making that
someone
up.
could clearly be guilty, and we're like, all right,
Yeah.
he's guilty. Okay,
But
we're
which
done.
I'm sure
but
that
you would never be
happens.
like, okay, he's guilty, let's go do it. They always stay back there for like 3 hours.
They
Yeah,
love
that-
they
yeah, I
love
don't
the
know that reason.
anticipation of
Yeah.
it.
But
They're
I
probably drinking and shit back
Yeah,
there.
I
Yeah.
imagine like you walk back into this room. There's like a stack of 10 boxes like Domino's pizza, some fucking 2 liters of pop and stuff.
Chocolate
everyone
tower.
grabs a bite.
Yeah.
strawberries.
They start
Saw
talking.
the U.S.'s dollar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it really probably is what happens. But
I mean, I would want fed if I was on the jury.
Yeah,
right?
I'd be
Yeah.
like, bro,
Dude, that shit's like wild with big cases because you're not allowed to have your phone. You're not allowed to watch TV because like you can't get swayed one way or the other. I'm out on that, man.
Has anyone ever been called for jury duty?
No.
I was about to do it. I got called the day before, and they said it's been canceled.
Same.
Oh,
That's
I've-
happened to me
I've
3
never-
times.
I've never gotten the
I always
letter.
wanted to.
Wait,
Now-
you've never even got the call this
I've
number
never
thing?
even received a letter.
really?
Hmm.
Huh. I have a couple of times.
Yeah,
I used to get out of it when I was in Morgantown. 'Cause you just
Yeah.
say you didn't live in.
Jury,
I
live there.
jury duty.
Yeah, I think there were two, 3 times I got it, and you called the evening before, and they all were moved.
It doesn't.
far.
It just to me like it just doesn't sound like something I want to do.
No, I wouldn't want to do it at all, and I guess I don't care. The way you get out of it is you just go in there and say you're going to have a biased take one way or the other, and they're like, all right, you can't do it.
Well, to me, it's just like they feed you lunch, and I don't have to go to work for a week. That's
Yeah.
what I wanted to get out of
yeah.
it. Get done early.
Yeah, it just sounds super fucking boring.
Yeah, no fun.
But I basically I was told like if you don't want to do it, just throw the letters away.
Well,
And
then they can like arrest you.
I don't think there's any
Yeah, I mean,
proof, like you
yeah.
just be like I didn't never received it.
See, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just too much of a puss to
But
do
I've
that.
I've not done that because I've never received
Yeah.
one. You watch now
Yeah,
that I'm
dude.
saying this on here. Yeah, I've never received one.
Someone has like a funny like little stand up thing about like why the fuck does it matter what I know? I know about the peers, but like I'm not qualified to do that shit.
That is true. Like
You,
you
should
just
have to take a course and
you
do
just
it.
pick 12
Yeah.
random, 13 random people, and you're like, this person is going to decide if this person
Yeah.
murdered
You think,
somebody or
like,
not.
like being a juror should maybe be like a profession.
Well, that's what they say. People in like law school or something. Like,
Yeah.
you can take a little course.
Like a
to do it.
movie critic, except you're
Yeah.
a juror. You
Yeah.
go in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, God forbid lawyers have to go in and do work. They'll probably start crying like the medical community about having to go to the fucking hospital when you went to college for 8 years to do it. But God forbid, do my job,
I
dude.
make a shit ton of money
Yeah.
to do it,
But I
but God
actually have to-
forbid,
actually
I
have to
don't
save the
ever
world.
call my patients back.
Oh, fuck. Well, boys, I don't have anything else. JT, you wanna say anything? This will probably be your
I'd like
last
to
in-person
say
one for a long time.
It's
So
great to have you here, JT.
It's great to be here.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I'll be back next time, and it'll be just like normal again. So
you want to shout out anything?
I'd
You
say
might.
Yeah.
it felt really good. Felt good
Yeah.
having you here.
yeah, I agree.
It's just natural.
It is natural.
Morning Mile episode this Sunday. Sorry I missed last Sunday already.
We were mangled, boys.
On
We
my
were
second
mangled.
week. But yeah, I'm having fun with it. It's nice to get back in the groove.
Solid first vid.
I don't really know what time. You know, sometime
It
before the
just-
race Sunday, it'll drop on YouTube. Put it on Instagram, and yeah,
Sick.
happy to be here. Love you guys. Miss you guys.
Miss
I
you
will
a
be
lot.
back.
That's right. That's right.
I have to say something real quick.
Oh, you baby.
We have to do one whenever we get the chance. We have to do one more morning milk episode
Okay.
because one, I never got to be on it,
Yeah.
and two, I saw this new milk that came out the other day.
What is it?
Sarah's Candy did a
Oh.
collaboration with some dairy farm up in the area.
Oh, folk.
They're releasing a peanut butter melt away chocolate milk.
Holy
I was
shit.
What?
I was like,
Sounds
bro, I
fire.
have to. As soon as I saw it, I was
I'm
like,
still
one,
rating
I have
drinks
to have
though,
it.
so I could just do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll give
Damn.
you guys. Well, yeah. When's this come out?
Monday.
Yeah, so I'll tell you guys because my episode will be out already. I rated the new Starry
Oh, did you?
Did
lemon
you?
lime.
Cool.
Yeah,
So I mean, it'll be out.
it's a lemon lime.
Yeah.
Lemon lime drink.
Taste
pop.
any different?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I honestly, if you put Sprite, Sierra Mist, 7-Up all in a cup, I wouldn't be able to pick the difference. They're all good. I love a lemon lime pop. It's my favorite kind of pop. So I love the logo. I talked about the logo a lot.
Hell yeah.
Big logo guy.
New drinks.
Sweet
Since
design.
we're on that, High Noon just dropped tequila seltzers.
Yeah.
Oh,
How pumped
really?
are you?
I'm actually very excited to be honest with you. It's it's tequila lime.
Hey. There's no Pedialyte in that.
That's right, dude. But I can always add it.
You can. That's true.
So there's lime and tequila, grapefruit and tequila, and passion fruit and tequila, and there's one new flavor.
There-
Strawberry.
Yeah,
tequila.
I bet you that one's really good.
And
Here's what I would do. I'd take half of a lime one and half of a strawberry one, and
yeah,
Throw
I'm
that in the
excited,
cup.
man. Tequila for me has really been my summer fall drink these last couple summer. So I'm excited to have something different. Ty did a rating of the strawberry tequila one.
Boysenberry.
And he said that is the best high noon he's had out of all of them. So out of the vodkas,
I bet you that one is really good.
he said that one was incredible. So looking forward to trying that.
I'll definitely try those.
Yeah.
I see.
Because you're a lime guy. I figured
I am a lime guy.
You
I
know?
am.
I figured that'd be
I always,
sick.
but when it comes to high noons, I always thought, I said like black cherry one was the best one.
So good.
I didn't think any of them even compared to that one.
There's so pineapple easier to drink, black cherry tastes incredible, and pear, dude.
I didn't
wish
even
they
know
would
that
sell
one.
the pears in the 4-packs. Like that might be like it. But new drinks. I think this is the last episode that will be out on record before daylight savings.
It should be. Yeah.
So
Wow.
time's about to change. Should be the last time, even though I thought last year was the last time. Thought we did away with daylight savings. But yeah, follow me on Twitter and Instagram.
Mandela effect.
I just wanted to get to the 120 mark. That's why I kept talking. Twitter, Instagram, @JuiceFisherman. Subscribe to the Juicebox YouTube. JT, it was lovely having you here.
Hey, thanks.
And yeah, looking forward as always to the next sode. So yeah.
Hey, I'm also gonna guess who the winner of this weekend's race is. So if I'm right, I'll look awesome on Monday. I'm going with Ross Chastain this week.
Ooh.
Okay, first top 10 in first 2 races, top 3 in the last 2 Vegas races in Vegas this weekend. Going Ross Chastain to pick for the winner. Obviously, Christopher Bell is my go-to. But yeah, all right, you can catch me at John Theodore Nixon on Instagram. That's John Theodore Nixon on Instagram. On the Juicebox Podcast Twitter, it's at the Juicebox Pod. It's at the Juicebox Pod. Follow us on Facebook, the Juicebox Podcast. We are not the diabetes, the Juicebox Podcast.
Follow me on Twitter at Bubba Cider. Follow me on Instagram at the Harry Cider. JT, always a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, glad to have you back. I want to say I didn't realize in the group text earlier that you were back. You said, "Well, I'm here," and I thought that meant like, "I'm here. I'm down to do a Skype episode." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Cool." But yeah, super glad to have you here in person. Obviously, it's always a fucking pleasure, and I miss you a lot. So,
miss you guys too, man.
So I'm glad you were here for this. Our social media list. Say it every week now. So my name is Czar. That's Z-A-R.
Z as in zebra, A as in apple, R as in Reebok.
Don't get it twisted.
Bye-bye.